This problem where my it's a Logitech G602 wireless mouse. Whenever I turn my computer on out of sleep mode, um, it works now, of course, since I'm recording and the video doesn't like me. But the it's like the sensor won't work, and I noticed it before, but I don't notice it now. The blinking you saw blinking, and it had like a high pitched noise. Whenever the blinking um, it like corresponded with the blinking, and I don't know if that was also part of the problem, but um it's not doing it anymore. But um what I did was I opened a new tab. This is why you got to remember your hotkeys, so if your mouse breaks then you have hotkeys. Use Control T to open a new tab, and then you can start typing whatever, and then once you search it up, you can use the tab button to like select through your options. But I looked this up. It looks like I can open it easily. All I did was search up um, what's it called? Disassembly, mouse name disassembly, and I'm not working with a whole lot of space here, but we can manage. It's not that big of a project. Um, yeah, so like this is what I'm working on, and I'm just gonna get my standard toolkit out. So I looked it up, and it looks like there's like glide pads, and so here's how to do it. I'm following a what do you call this, tutorial? Not a tutorial, a guide on iFixit. Um, so I will provide the link upon request. If I cared about my YouTube channel, I would just put it in the description, except I'm probably gonna forget. So here you go. So this is just my screw set, and if you take the lid off, you have these it holds the screws for you. So like once you put screws in it, they don't roll around. But I gotta stay organized because I don't have very much space to work with. Yeah, and I'm flipping the switch to off so that I'm not moving the mouse around and clicking on it. And while you are working on these any device, any electronic device, you want to have it off. Unless you have a reason to have it on, then a good habit is to keep the device off while you're working on it. And I don't mean just sleep mode or whatever. I'm talking like powered off completely, shut down. So yeah, you take off these glide pads or mouse feet. I don't know what to call them, but there's 4 of them. And I'm noticing adhesive, and adhesive is hard to take off just on its own. So I have this heat gun. It's like $10 or something off of Amazon. No. I'm slipping. I don't even know how to take it off. So yeah, we're gonna install this. Not install it. We're gonna put it into function. You can use a hair dryer. And if you don't have a hair dryer, you can use, oh, never mind. If you don't have a hair dryer, then you can use those ice packs that you find in the refrigerator. You want to use ice packs. You don't want to use vegetables or anything, but you want to heat up the ice pack and use that as a adhesive softener, because it's like how do I explain it? It's like the hotter it gets, the easier it is to take off, the more pliable it is. Yeah, I don't know how much or how long I should do it, but you know, I'm just taking baby steps. It's better to go with like, I don't know, 15-second intervals. Yeah, you see how easily that comes off now? Much easier. Look, it's clean. Oh, and now my dog's nudging me to let her out. What, you wanna go? Look at her. Look at her. Hey, pretty dog, come on. What is it? What is it? Come on. She can't open the door? What? Go ahead. I love you. Look at her. That's all I am to her. What I'm doing does not matter. As long as I suit her needs. I'm a tool to her, nothing more, nothing less. I didn't ask for this. Yeah, I'm just gonna do 15 seconds. And one of the things I learned recently, like when heating stuff, or like if you don't know how long to do something or how much to do something, just stick with a minimal amount, not a minimal amount, like a measured minimal amount. So like 15 seconds. That's pretty minimal, I guess. And you see at the bottom, like it was still stuck a little bit, but I mean, I still managed. So 15 seconds, I think that's pretty good measurement. You know, when fixing things, you can't get caught up too much in one step, because look at that, beautiful. Because each step it takes, if you caught up, hold on, let me think about my words. Each step causes you. Okay, now we don't need this heat gun anymore because I imagine there's no more adhesive anywhere in the component in the device. So anyways, like each step causes you an amount of fatigue, and if you have to repeat these steps or you're taking forever just to complete one step, then the amount of fatigue it has on you, you know, it increases, it builds on top of each other. And if you're successful on the first time, even if it takes a bit longer, even if you have to get a heat gun or an ice pack or whatever, at least whatever you're doing works on the first time. And that's really what you want to do. You want to have everything work on the first time, even if it takes more effort than you thought initially. Yeah, so we're gonna, hopefully I can differentiate these. And here are my puzzle skills. Once I have to put it together, I'll have to put them together like puzzle pieces. And see, this is what I'm talking about. They go together like puzzle pieces. So yes, when you're putting together puzzles in preschool, and then the smart kid raises his hand and goes, when do we ever have to use this in real life? This is when. If you want to fix a mouse for a living, you gotta learn how to put puzzle shapes together. And like, this is another example, like when you're undoing screws and it's like deep in a rivet, or never mind, I'm just not even gonna talk about it. This isn't a very good example, but if you don't know if a screw is undone completely, just like rotate it 10 times, rotate each one 10 times, and if they need you know, more attention, then go around and do each one 5 times, because if you sit there and unscrew one of them like for 30 rotations, then you're wasting time on that one when you could be working on other screws. And if you just rotate it 10 15 times, then you save time in the long run. It doesn't seem that way, but it ends up saving time. And you might not be on a time constraint, but eventually in business you are under a time constraint. And I'm not counting because I'm talking and I can't focus on both. Yeah, so here's the last one. Oh, here it is. It's stuck to my stuck to my magnetic screw tip. Yeah, you want to go slow, because if you accidentally fling this and it goes flying, then you'll be missing a screw, which under most circumstances isn't that big of a deal. But you don't want to do that because that's a bad habit. You don't want to lose screws. And before you start, for any device, you want to take out the batteries. Even though it's off, it is still receiving power, but the switch is open. So the circuit in the mouse, it's open, but it is still receiving power. So you want to turn that off before you do anything. And yeah, I guess you just lift this up from the bottom. And when you're opening things like this, you want to go slow. This is my first time opening it, but I know that you want to go slow because there's ribbons and stuff that's connecting it. The buttons from the PCB and the motherboard. And I've actually never cleaned this off before. Take a look at that. These switches, they're just latches. I'm pretty sure. Just undo this latch like that. I could be wrong though. I don't know. We'll have to see. I don't need this, and since we're at a stopping point, sort of, you don't want to get caught up too much in your workspace. So, this is what I'm working with. Since we won't need this for a moment, this is gonna have a clean working environment, because let's say I wanted to. It's something I'm working on actually. It looks like, oh my god, your desk is so clean. This plugs into there, but I guess I don't need it now. Put it over here with the rest of my junk. Yeah, put that over there, and then this can go up here. So if you're in a organized working environment, this is not ideal at all. This just gives me more space, to work with, to function with. Oh yeah, and dude, look at this. This is my stand. I put a push pin, and this is like a 2x4. It's from that bed, from jumping on it from when we were younger, and yeah, and this is holding it up, the OG. And if something goes wrong, if this is unreliable, if the pin malfunctions, then what's the worst that can happen? This thing will fall down, whatever. My phone can't possibly crack, and if it does, then that's why you need to learn how to fix phones. Oh, jeez. Yeah, you guys don't want to do that. No damage though. Yeah, so we're gonna take a look at this. There's a lot of dead skin. Check that out. There's dead skin in mine. There's probably dead skin in yours, because I'm pretty sure this is a year or two old, and most people's mice last more than a year. Yeah, so this looks like a latch, either a latch right here. It's either a latch or it pulls straight out. And there's also a latch up here for the ribbon, so it could release from that point of view as well. I hope it's in focus. I can't really see both at the same time, but if it's out of focus, I'm still trying to drop knowledge on you in the auditory department. So you gotta bear with me. I'm not. Okay, so I'll start. And one of the things you want to do with these are fragile, so you just want to go, oh, I'm just looking at this. Check that out, 30 volts. Says it right there. Yeah, so I tried to open it 4 times with not very much force. I'm going to try my other options, and then I'll go back to that if my other options are exhausted. I'm trying to pull on it with increasing force. I'm getting nothing, and I could just, it's completely possible that I'm not just using enough force. And along with that, I do have this guide in front of me that I'm not looking at, but I probably should. I'm going to do that. Save each other's time. Damn. Oh yeah, it's just use tweezers and detach it. But do we need tweezers? I think we can just pull this out. Yeah, you want to wiggle back and forth because if you pull it at a certain angle, then it could be bad. And wiggling will help you when detaching ribbons. And normally, when I have something like this, I would face it down so that no dust or any particles, or like if I spit or like, I don't know, somebody sprays water, then the sediment, there's no possibility that the any deposits can get on the circuit board. So I'm looking at it. Okay, what am I looking at? We got this. I think this just has a bunch of buttons on it. I think this is not really what we need to look at, but yeah, very interesting. Okay, look at that. Looks like a normal mouse. Imagine selling somebody that, and you turn it around and it's hollow. Okay, so let's take a look at this. I don't even know what I'm looking for. So the problem was, I don't know. Yeah, so here we have battery terminals. Pretty sure they're in series. I have a loose understanding of how series and parallel works, but if you know anything about electronics, if you know more than me, then you could put one battery in it and it works just fine. So I'm sure that tells you if it's in series or parallel, but I think it's in series because it functions off of one battery. But if you don't know what I'm talking about, it's not that big of a deal. Yeah, so let's find any. I don't see any, corrosion or deposits. And I could unscrew it and turn it around and flip it and look at it, but I'm starting to have decision fatigue. Decision fatigue is when you make too many decisions, and sometimes you just gotta put it down and like go for a walk and get a drink or something, and then come back like 5 hours later or whatever. Yeah, so I think I'm gonna stop here. Yeah, so kind of want to power it on. I don't know. I'll upload this first video and then maybe I'll come back to it. Yeah. Yeah, I don't see anything, so, thank you for watching. I think I'll end it here. If I figure out how to fix it, I don't even know what's wrong with it. It might be like software or something, and I'm just completely looking at the wrong thing, but yeah, I think I'll end it here. Yeah, so putting it back together, you want to connect all the connections and then clip it together. And right now it's just one. I'm starting to get decision fatigue just by opening this single mouse. How long has it been? 20 minutes? Yes. Yeah, and the reason, I'm sure you've done it before. Nobody's born knowing this. Um, you ever start a project and then like not finish it because you're tired of fucking doing it and nothing's working? Um, yeah, it's because you have decision fatigue, and you need to spot when you have decision fatigue and like when you're about at your limit, and you're about at your limit, and uh, you want to try to like wrap up your what do you call it, your project before you hit your limit, because otherwise, just by having a project open, it's gonna decrease your chances of actually being successful. And this ribbon isn't going in. And on top of that, if you ever like think about starting a YouTube channel, talking actually um, adds to your decision fatigue, because you have to decide, word choice. Um, you have to make sure you're not talking about shit only you know what you're talking about, and you have to like simplify things. And that's what you sign up for. So it's not that bad if you know. Oh my goodness, please. And sometimes you just gotta stop talking because this isn't working. Um, yeah, this isn't going in. Maybe it's backwards. It doesn't look backwards to me, does it? It's not twisted. Hopefully you're learning something. It looks like maybe on the outside, depending who you are watching this, it looks like I know how to fix everything, but sometimes things do not go my way, and that's just the reality of doing, literally any activity in your life. Things aren't going to go your way. Um, yeah, this fucking thing isn't going in. I don't understand. Let's maybe... a big problem is this, this battery's getting away in the way of my fingers. So, so I'm thinking about taking this battery, what do you call it? I don't know, support thing off. It looks like it pulls right off. It looks like it pulls it right off, like just this. It's just these 3 screws. And then once I pull it off, I'm gonna try to plug this ribbon in. And if that doesn't work, and if things don't go as planned, then I'm going to put the battery socket, bracket, whatever you call it, back on. And I'm just going to leave the ribbon undone. And if I need to use my mouse on my computer, then I'll just have to put it back together, find another way. So, I'm going to try that direction. And if that doesn't work, then I'm going to take a break, because I'm sort of hitting my limit here. Yeah, so it's just 3 screws, and this route looks pretty simple as is. Jeez. Okay. Yeah, you want to brace what you're doing so that no issues come up, no unforeseen issues. And that was just the battery bracket. I'll grab it because I need all my shit together. Oh, jeez. Okay, so this should pull right off. Move over. Phenomenal. Okay, so I'm gonna plug this in since I have better angles. Starting to run out of hands here. Instead of helping me, you're just sitting there looking at the screen. If you would like to help me, just like the video. That's your way of helping me. Boom, perfect. Y'all see that? Look at that. The ribbon is in there perfectly. No issues. We're gonna put this back on. I forgot the orientation, so remember to remember the orientation of a component before you take it off. I just got lucky, and this looks like it makes sense. Yeah, how's that look? That looks pretty good. And you know, these screws are separated. You can tell by remembering. So yeah, all we did was open it, but you can't always fix everything on the first try. One day you got to take a look at it, and then another day you want to fix it because eventually you'll run out of energy. You're not a robot. If a robot took my job and it knew everything that I knew, then I would be out of a job, which I am actually at this moment. At this point in time, I'm not working because of coronavirus. Yeah, so everything goes back together. How's that look? Beautiful, ergonomic. I'm gonna put these batteries back in because do it sooner than later, just to get it off my desk. Trying to get the most things off my desk, because the more things that are on your desk, the more things will fly off of your desk in pursuit of something. Okay, so let's count real quick. If I was stupid, then this screw right here is set in another box, but let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Or no, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so we should have no issues. If you have a 7th screw, then that means, you know, just imagine for one moment that you screwed in 6 screws and the thing is closed and then you got 1 left over. You're not going to want to open the whole thing again, so it's better to just take, you know, precautionary, just think 1 step ahead. And it's something you got to work on. It's not like you're born with it. So yeah, just think 1 step ahead, and you should be successful in your attempts. Yeah, very nice. Everything's coming together. I personally don't see the point of this video, but some people like have underdeveloped troubleshooting skills. So hopefully this video will help you. I don't know, because I'm not your brain. I can't see in your brain. That's your responsibility. So yeah, everything's together, and I see this thing right here is on. I want to take this off because since there was adhesive on it, stuff will naturally stick to it, and you don't want stuff to stick to it because what's the point of having adhesive if you're just gonna put shit inside of it? So it looks like this one goes here. How's that look? I don't know. Like this? Like this. Here we go. Yes, I'm gonna heat up the adhesive before I put it on, because it's like if you want something to stick, gotta heat it up first. I burned my finger doing that. Yeah, that's why you want to stick with the minimal amount. I was trying to push the limits. I was trying to go to the upper limits of, you know, heating it up or whatever. And you know what happens sometimes. I mean, I'm fine. There's nothing wrong with me. All right. next sticker. See, this is like Dora the Explorer. Kids should be watching this. You know, the where I think it was Dora or Diego, where you have to find the part of the map and you gotta like do the puzzle pieces. I think it was Diego where you put the puzzle pieces together, and then like I remember he had the third. It's like four. It's like, imagine this. Like you have like 4 quadrants and you're putting the puzzles together, and you go 1, 2, 3, and then I remember at the end he was like, "We're almost done with the puzzle." Yeah, I got my finger burned, so I'm scared, and I'm doing something else, taking another method now. And the reason why I brought up the Diego thing was I remember he was like, "We're almost done with the puzzle." I was like, I remember thinking like as a kid, I was like, dude, when you started the puzzle, you're almost done with it. It's only 4 pieces. Come on now. Okay. Yeah, these side ones are a bit complicated. So it could either go, you know, here, which doesn't fit, or down here. I think it goes down here. What do you guys think? Okay, so we're gonna heat this up, and each time we try this, we're gonna try something smarter. And hope you guys can hear me over this heat gun. You could ask, like, why didn't you use the tweezers at first? Well, the thing is, every action you take, you're gonna have to pay for it. Like taking out the tweezers, I'll have to put them away at the end, and I'm trying to do the minimal amount, trying to be the most efficient. And if I just cared about speed, then I wouldn't even bother heating it up, and I would just slap the things on. But you know, I give a shit about my belongings, and I think this is the best way to do it. You want to take your tweezers out and heat it up. You don't want to use your fingers. If you don't have tweezers, then you can use I don't know. If you don't have tweezers, you can just set it on the table, heat it up, or you could use your wallet. You got a wallet, right? You can just, maybe not even a wallet. Like imagine this is your wallet, and then like you just pick it up like this and hold it like a what do you call it, an oven mitt? I don't know. It's up to you. It's not that big of a deal. Okay, yeah. So there we go. Beautiful, huh? Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna flip the switch. Screen's off. So now I'm gonna flip this switch. Yeah, it detected it. Check that out. Well, this surface isn't very good at picking up mouse movements. And yeah, we're running into the same problem. I don't know. I'm trying to. You can't see the mouse, but it's not picking up the movement that I'm doing. And it's because we didn't fix the problem. I think it might be the sensor inside of it. That could be one of the things. And now, time to clean up. Yeah, so at least we learned something. We know we got some intel on what the next, what the game plan is going to be. At least we know what we're getting ourselves into. So yeah, thank you for watching. Peace out. Look at all this shit I gotta put away. Yeah, I do not feel like doing this, but I'd rather have that than having all my shit laying around on the floor and whatever. Yeah, so thanks for watching. And I could just look up a video, but sometimes you'll run into the issue where nobody has put up a video. And if you're lucky, you'll have somebody that, you know, puts up a video of how to fix something and it's in another language, but that's alright. Learning how to fix things yourself is a valuable skill, I think, at least. So yeah, thanks for watching. I think I'll wrap it up here. Peace out.